We're
Live, it says you are live. Hello.
live.
We
Hey,
are.
Jordan.
We're live to Facebook and YouTube right now. So, hi, anybody watching us? Yes, this is Jordan Toronto from Discover Me TV. And this right here, getting closer to you, that object is getting closer, is Jimmy Burns.
Hello, everyone.
Hell, yay! So I have known Jimmy only in his I don't know, only in the last like maybe 4 or 5 years. And I think there's just this huge comedy career that occurred before I ever even knew you. Um,
Well, I don't know if it was huge, but it was
it,
fun
you won't know it
before
was. You
COVID-19 hit.
Yes. I'm telling my mom it's on now. My mom needs to know. um, yes, yeah, before COVID, it was like you actually went places and were live
Yeah,
and
and I was
traveled.
home at my comedy home was the Ice House in Pasadena.
Yay. And so tell me, I don't know, tell me some of your favorite things about doing comedy at the Ice House.
I love making people laugh. I love sharing the joy, sharing the moment, and in a good way, not nasty.
Yeah,
But it's so subjective because you said send some clips, and I thought, yeah, I'll send some clips. But what I think is funny, you may not think is funny. You know what I mean?
yeah, I do. I do know what you mean. Although there's a lot of things that are just funny, and you are that. You are always, uh, you just always have a very kind-hearted sense of humor that is very, not at people's expense, which I just really appreciate. And it's harder, I think.
Well, I'm so honored that you included me in this little broadcast. This is cool because
I'm so honored. It makes me so happy because,
you have you're amazing. Your energy and your family. Come on. I told you I want to be a Toronto.
it's fun to be at Toronto. It's a little overwhelming sometimes. No, but it's awesome. It is. No, it's fun. You can always be an honorary Toronto, and I'm happy that we get to cross paths. Yeah, and so now, we
Are you
know each
asking what
other
I'm
from the
doing?
Unity Church, and so
And Victory Boulevard in Burbank, California, ladies and gentlemen.
indeed, it's just this sweet little place that we don't gather physically in right now, but we have the sweetest little Zoom services, and it's been
They are.
lovely.
They're fun.
They
Well,
are.
it's been said, church is not necessarily the building; it's the people.
Indeed, and we have definitely proven that in the last
Yeah.
several months. But yeah, so I've gotten to know him as this kind-hearted guy who gets up, tells a couple jokes, and then inspires us, which is very, very sweet. I love that.
I like how you said that. That's cool.
Oh, really? How did I say that? What did I say? Kind-hearted.
You said he tells a few jokes and then inspires us.
Oh, I like that. I think that's probably a good goal in life. That's probably
Yeah.
what you've generally done.
Yes. Well, did you know? Did you know? Did you know? I used to be a school teacher.
I did only when you started. Maybe you had told me that before. And just on cue, my mom went, "This is going to be a fun interview." My mom taught fourth grade almost her entire, like she taught school.
Really?
Fourth grade was basically her grade. Did you teach? What grades did you teach?
I started out teaching Title I math, which is a government program of special needs type remedial area, K through eighth grade. Whoa! Where they came to me and taught. And then from there, I went to fifth grade. And then I moved from Omaha, Nebraska out here and taught second and third grade in LA Unified. And I taught in a private school in Encino for a while. Fifth grade.
Yeah. Oh my
Your
God.
mom, how long did she teach?
She taught for, mom, type in how many years, but probably literally from before my sister and I were born, and then for many, many years after. Her last school where she was at an all boys private school for 16 years,
Whoa.
before retiring about 8, 9 years ago, I think.
Good for
Um,
her.
but she pretty much, her grade was fourth grade. And so actually one of the sweetest things she decided to do is take each of her grandchildren when they hit fourth grade on a special trip. So our
Oh,
oldest Taylor got to do that. And then Clementine got to do that. And now my little niece Zoe is in fourth grade. And my mom's like, don't worry, we will figure out a trip. Uh,
oh, so
Indeed, yeah.
sweet.
So
I only made it 10 years as a teacher.
well, that's a lot of years as a teacher. I honestly once thought, oh, I'm going to teach kids acting once when we were in Pennsylvania. because Matt kept thinking, oh, on paper, you seem so right for this. I got in there and I hated it so much. I was so bad at it. And I was like, Mom, it's not coming through in the genes. I'm bad at this. I leave. I don't like them. I'm like, I feel terrible. I'm like, oh, I don't like these kids. I was also super pregnant with our first kid. And so I was like, there's my excuse. I'm out of here. But
super pregnant, not just pregnant, super pregnant.
30 years, my mom just wrote. 30. Holy mackerel.
Here's for your mom. Fourth grade, huh?
Speaking of saints, should we show that one little clip of you? Wait, what? I don't know if that's a good. Wait, didn't you literally introduce Father
Patrick Peter?
Patrick.
You want me to set it up?
Yeah. I do want you to set it up. And
it was at the Ice House. It was about 8 or 9 years ago, and it was Fat Tuesday. You know what Fat Tuesday is?
Maybe.
Fat Tuesday is the Tuesday before Ash Wednesday.
Why
so that's why
Tuesday?
Eating everything, drinking everything.
Oh, because you're gonna.
Because during Lent starts the next morning, and so
stop all those things.
So so they were doing a fundraiser. I think it was Our Lady of Guadalupe in Glendale. Yeah. Anyway, they were doing a fundraiser at the Ice House, and what was so fun about this was I was raised Catholic, and I had Catholic stuff. And the club was so nervous because it's a real priest. A lot of people see the clip and they go, "That's not a real priest." I'm like, "No, it's a real priest."
That's a real priest. Like they thought, like that's part of your bit. Like that's.
Yeah. So I said, "I got this," and it was just wonderful.
So it just combined your comedy and your Catholicism all together.
Well, when I was teaching Title I, I was in some what they called non-public classrooms, which were Catholic schools, and to have a public classroom at a Catholic school, you had to take down the crucifix.
Oh.
Being raised Catholic, I felt guilty.
Oh, you literally had to be the one who took it down? You're like, why do I have to?
Oh, I couldn't have done that. Are you kidding me?
Oh, no. Oh, my gosh. Well, that's nerve-wracking. So
yeah.
This is a delightful introduction and a delightful little bit. So let's share the screen and show this fun moment. When was this, by the way? Was this a while ago?
Yeah, this is like 7 or 8 years ago.
All righty. Well, here I go. I'm going to share my screen. Here we go. I'm going to go there. And we're going to go like this.
So thank you for coming out. And I think before we go any further, we need to bring a very special guest, person, celebrity. Please welcome Father Peter.
Take it to me.
Oh, by the way, Father, I should say Jimmy Burns is my name for comedy, but James David Burns. Confirmation name John. For those of you around my age and older, I was gonna pick Bart because of the Packers and Bart Starr, Bartholomew, but my mom said, "Oh no, don't go with a patron saint of football."
Jimmy, thank you so much. And I want to thank the Ice House for making this possible for us. I want to thank all of you for coming tonight. It's a great event, and I know many of us are here for the first time. I'm here for the first time. And so what a wonderful opportunity for us to come together as a parish community, to have fun, to raise fun and raise funds.
Look at him.
I know. He's killing it.
I know. This is so wonderful. I know. That's so dear. I'm impressed that he chose to, I don't know. I think it was pretty cool that he came to the Ice House then to raise
funds. What a great priest, huh?
That's a good priest.
That's a good priest. That's a great priest. That's a fun priest.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. And so what are some of your other favorite things? You said you traveled with Brad Garrett a little bit.
I did.
Maybe more than a little bit.
Hold on, I'm putting it together. Before I started, I was opening. Well, because of my years at the Ice House, I started there in 1997 as the house MC.
Yeah.
And that's where I met these guys.
Wait, let me process that.
I know.
Yeah.
27 years ago, something like that.
Wow.
I don't know. Nah, it's longer than that. Anyway,
No, yeah, or
23.
23 or something. Because my husband and I got married in 98, and we're 22 years married. So anyway, yeah, holy mackerel.
So I met George Lopez, traveled with him for a couple of years as an opening act.
Oh,
Pardon me. Arsenio Hall
oh
was his,
wow.
was his opening act for about 2000 to 2019 till last year when we shot his special in San Jose. And yes, Brad Garrett, I met him at the Ice House, and he took me on the road for a couple of years. And it just happened, it was at the same time that they were closing up Everybody Loves Raymond.
Oh,
So I got to watch the last episode with the cast because we were on the road in New York.
you did?
It was great. It was amazing. Pinch myself.
That seems like actually, yeah, one of those moments that is like, wait, I'm doing this. I'm here right now.
It was one of those things where people say you're a fly on the wall. I was a fly on the wall.
Oh my
I didn't, because Brad said we were flying around and we had to take a couple days because they were doing PR for the Everybody Loves Raymond final episode. And he said, I don't feel like flying you home. You want to hang around in New York for a couple days?
Oh.
Yeah. And I'd never been to New York.
Oh my gosh.
And I've been spoiled.
That is,
You fly in, you pick up by the limo, and you drive around New York and stay at the Ritz-Carlton on Battery. And I can't go back.
you want to do New York now, right?
No. But I got on the tour bus and got off and on and went to the Empire State Building and all that stuff. It was great. It was fun.
That's so neat.
He's such a wonderful man.
I was going to say, was he, I mean, I assume if you traveled with George Lopez for 2 years, he was a pretty great guy too.
Pretty great guy, too. Hey, you know what? I want to reword that. Brad Garrett is a wonderful man. I said was, like he's gone.
No, he's still a wonderful man, right? Well,
Yeah.
but you're just saying in your time with him, it was.
He's got a comedy club in Las Vegas.
That's so cool. Is that where he, I mean, is right now? He's based.
Well, I was about the last week there. I was there. I think my calendar's on the wall. The last week of February when I was there, and the club closed the week after
Wow. Right.
for COVID. So
yeah,
they're
now
waiting to open up.
everything is like before the sort of March and after March.
Yeah.
Now it's like, wow.
No, it was great. Oh, like he found out I like,
Bringing us closer.
hey, how about that?
Yeah, now I'm like, wait, I'm messing with stuff because I'm like, wait, I could do this or I don't know what else. But anyway,
Wow. This is cool.
I have powers I'm learning about.
So, you know what? All this came up because you asked me about, what'd you ask me about? Teaching and saying jokes.
Yeah.
Because, see, I found out your mom probably is the same thing. Children are open when they're smiling. And so I wanted to bring light to the classroom because, nobody's open when they're.
Right.
So that's where I started interjecting humor in the teaching. And
you had a great audience, probably. Like a really captive audience, let's put it that way.
Very captive, yeah.
And
So
then
it was,
they would rather jokes than teaching at any given moment, right? Than,
oh, yeah. So it was fun.
Teaching.
So that's where I found out. That's how I started on that. And then I just eventually weaned my way from teaching. I subbed for a while, and then I became full-time comedian.
It's so cool. So literally you found your way as a comedian by being a teacher. I think that's not everybody's story.
That is correct.
That's
You know what? I think these people should have drinks in their hands. Let's go to the adults.
You're just like, I feel that these little ones are too sober and I'm not going to be funny after a while.
And I could, and I tried to do both at the same time for a while, but I wasn't doing a good job at either one, meaning comedy and teaching.
I understand that.
Because you confuse it, you get on stage at the club and you go, hey, sit up straight. Let's go. Come on.
Yeah.
And in your fourth grade class, you go in the front row. Hey, where are you from? What do you do for a living?
They're like, I'm here. I go to school. From
I go
here.
to school. You married? Anyway.
That's hilarious. Yeah, so no, I can imagine that the transition because, I have a hard time with sometimes being like, if I'm trying to get stuff done for my YouTube channel and then I'm like, I was a bad mom today. I didn't pay attention to anybody. Or I was like, I totally paid attention to people and had the best day with my kids. Oh, I should feel guilty about something else. So it's like that annoying thing when you're sort of like trying to be in two different worlds, and oftentimes just feel like you're doing a bad job at all of them. And maybe I could just think, no, I'm doing my best at
You
everything.
search for the guilt, it sounds like. Were you raised Catholic?
No, no,
Oh,
I'm
you came.
totally like free to be you and me, right, Mom? In fact, my parents were both raised like born again Christian, and they were. So what I saw when you grow up is that you grow up and you leave religion. Yeah. So then I ended up with a Mormon and married him. So my life is funny religiously, and now I'm. I always was free to be you and me. Do you remember that like record or little TV?
Free to be you and me. It was, yeah, I'm trying. Marlo Thomas.
Marlo Thomas. It's like what I grew up on, and honestly, it like projected what I wanted forever. I think I started watching I started listening to it on a record with my sister, and we just played it and played it and played it. And in the song "Mommies Are People," interestingly, where I kind of learned that mommies can be all these other things besides being mommies, the last line that she sings is she does this whole list of things that mommies can be, and the last thing she goes, or sing on TV. And I'm always like, that's the one I want to do. I want to sing on TV.
Oh, nice.
And then I spent many years in New York thinking I wanted to be on Broadway. And now I'm going like, looking at how much I'm loving talking to people on YouTube. I'm like, Jordan, you always just wanted to sing on TV. You always just wanted to sing in these little boxes. It's actually more fun to me. I mean, I love theater and musical theater, but I don't think Broadway was the real dream. So I think I'm honing in on it now.
You're an amazing singer.
Thank you.
I love your voice.
So much. Thank
And
you.
you sing with such heart.
Oh, thank you.
Hey, by the way, what city's Mom in?
She's traveling right now back because I'm from Cleveland, so she was back in Cleveland for a couple of weeks, and now she's heading back to her house in P-Town, in Provincetown, tip of Cape Cod. Right now, she's literally, I think, listening to us in her Bluetooth in the car. She's driving right now from.
Hello, Mom again.
Yay, Mom! Mom's the best. She's my biggest supporter. I love it. She's awesome. So yeah, I think I think Free to Be You and Me was sort of the thing that got me where I am today, and sort of has brought everything together, all my crazy things that have been included in my life. But back to you, sir.
Yes.
I mean, I want to interview you. Yes, tell us about, there's been some, well, in fact, your jokes, I could cut away to something where you talk about some new challenges and you are very lighthearted about it.
Oh, you did that very well. You didn't give it away.
No, should I not give it away and just cut to it and we'll come back from it and chat?
Yeah.
Let's do it. I think I've got it right here. I'm trying. Do my best.
All
right, here we go.
If it comes out all right.
Okay, maybe I'm lying. Hang on 1 minute. I think I gotta like put it. What? Okay, just make that big. Now, share screen. Oh, I'm good at this.
All right.
Your entire
Saves
screen.
editing later. We're live.
Yes, it does save editing later, which is pleasing my soul. All right, here we go. I am sharing a little more from Jimmy. Good stuff at the Ice House. Here we go. We're almost. Here we go.
We gotta laugh at life, yes? That's what we're about, finding humor in life. And I'm not gonna do very much time because I'm up and down all night, but I gotta tell you, some things have changed. I had a little medical thing pop up. That's where we gotta find the humor. My left side wasn't agreeing with my right side. It was just kind of hanging, doing its own thing. And I thought, did I have a stroke? So I went to the doctor, and they sat me down, and they sent a neurologist in, and they did the MRI, and like a week later, the neurologist got me in, sat me down, and said, you have not had a stroke. I went, oh. Because I think it's Parkinson's. I know! I went, whoa, you mean I'm like Michael J. Fox? And he went, no, he's famous. But it's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right.
Wait, let's go to there. We might come back to that guy. Hey, I'm gonna bring it back. Now we're gonna bring it back to live Jimmy to talk about how, maybe he's not Michael J. Fox, but
he's famous.
He's famous, but you still got time. You never know.
Well, stand-up comedy, the humor comes out of the truth, and it's especially at the Ice House. I've been there so long, people could see the difference in what's going on with me. So I just thought, let's talk about it. Let's not be afraid of it, and let's find the humor in it.
Wow.
So that's what I did.
Good. And your doctor is Mr. Chuckles over there. Or unless you were just making him funnier for the sake of comedy.
I was making him fun. No, he
really did say, "Oh no, he's famous." You said like Michael J. Fox, and he said, "No, he's famous."
No, I didn't. I said that he's famous. He said, but not as bad as Michael J. Because Michael J. Fox had the early diagnosis with the real bad. I don't have necessarily the big tremors yet.
That's good, and hopefully not.
Yeah, but there's other stuff that goes on, but we don't have to talk about that. But still, you just find the humor in life, find the truth.
I'm so impressed. Yeah, and I guess
thank you.
It's good to. I guess it's good to look at life as a comedian early on, so that whatever comes, maybe you can do your best to make the best of it, right?
Do your best. Try to, and I would think it makes people more comfortable around you.
Yeah. Because they're like, oh, he's got stuff too, and he's laughing about it, so maybe I can be okay with my stuff.
Be an example.
Yeah.
Hence, are we going to evolve the Unity Church? That's where that came from.
Right. Yes. Which I think is like you are able to just be a great example of somebody who's just able to stand up there and be like, this is what's going on, and this is what I'm doing, and this is what I'm trying to do, and you know. Just honest and good.
And a little help from the positive energy.
Indeed. And I believe that. And I'm sure it's helped you. Do you feel like, I mean, I know it sounds
yeah.
You just feel like you're like, well, I got to go with sort of my bigger presence.
What road are we on now? Let's go. Okay, this is a new path.
Yes.
Not what I was looking for, but here we go.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. Oh, but I really can't imagine that moment where you were like, oh, good, it's not a stroke. And then did this ever occur to you? Or did he say the word Parkinson's and was it like floating in the air like, what?
See, I had heart attacks and strokes are in my family.
Oh, my gosh, yeah.
So I was worried about a stroke. And I didn't know anything about Parkinson's. And so when he said Parkinson's, I went, yeah, it's not a stroke. Yes. And I emailed my buddy and he goes, why are we cheering for Parkinson's?
You were like, can we cheer for Parkinson's? Isn't it better?
Then I learned about more Parkinson's, and it was like, oh, okay, maybe I should have chosen stroke.
Oh no, yeah.
No. But I'm just saying.
But you were like, oh, turns out maybe I'm not cheering about this being the alternative here. My father-in-law has Parkinson's too, and he's actually doing extremely well.
Good.
I'm impressed, but yeah, Matt.
How long?
A few years. He's turning 84, and he's such a comeback kid. He's really awesome. But there's stuff that's frustrating to him, and it's not a medication. He was just, but Matt is actually visiting him in Houston.
Oh, that's right.
And he just got to take. He got to drive his mom and his dad to apparently what is like a really great place, like Baylor, like in Houston or something.
Yeah.
And it turns out that I think that he's like, oh, my dad's in a good place for this right now.
Yeah.
That's good news. So it sucks, but hopefully there's, there are some lights at the end of the tunnel and some silver linings, and I don't know.
It sounds like he's doing well. You know what maybe you don't know what they say about Parkinson's. When you meet one Parkinson's patient, you met one Parkinson's patient. Everybody has different side effects or symptoms or whatever.
Got it. So it's just, that's why it's so hard to identify. It's not like, oh, you've got the thing that my so-and-so.
Yeah. That's why I don't even think there's a real test for it. They rule out everything else, give you an MRI, and they say, here, try this carbidopa, levodopa. They give you the medication, and if the symptoms improve, they go, oh, yeah, it's Parkinson's.
Gosh.
Don't try this at home. I don't know. I'm not a medical doctor, so that's not official. I'm just saying that's what I picked up.
Right, exactly. That's not like a medicine for anyone just, looking for something. No, but so it doesn't even go down a list of things where they're like, okay, and that equals Parkinson's. It's like, oh, it might not be this, it might not be this.
Exactly.
So does an MRI show it?
No. the MRI was looking to see if I had a stroke or not, because then you'd see the damage in the brain, and the MRI came out fine.
Gosh.
MRI of the brain.
It's frustrating to have something be like, yeah, it's fine, but it's like, like my brain looked good.
The brain looked good. I tried to take care of my brain. It was my best friend.
Indeed, I know, right?
Yeah.
As somebody who makes stuff up and I know, acts on your feet on stage. That's nerve-wracking if it doesn't do what it used to, right? I mean, do you feel like little differences? I mean, to me,
I feel
like you, but I don't know what it feels like to be inside of your brain.
correct. Where it really pops up is when you're improv, ad-libbing with the audience, or until COVID hit, I was on the radio on KLOS, the Fraser Smith Show. And so to sit around and rap with some guys, especially about sports or whatever, used to pull out references like that, you know what I mean? And now it's like, the guy with the two legs and the coach's hat, he has a team, and people are, what? Anyway.
Dude, this could be your new brand of comedy. Dude. No.
Charades.
Yeah, no, honestly, you could be like, okay, seriously, I'm the guy who, by the end, you're going to get it, and you're going to like that you stuck with me, It's kind of like you're the Riddler now, in a different way,
I see that.
You're like, I must draw you in with small clues, and it'll come. It's on the tip of my tongue kind of thing, right? Is that so frustrating? Now you're always like tip of my tongue, like.
Yeah, but I've learned to try to not fight it. Just go, move ahead, come, and then all of a sudden it pops in. You go, oh, you meant. Who did I say earlier with you three to be Marlo Thomas?
Yes, right.
Here's how I explain it. I used to have high-speed Wi-Fi, and now I went back to dial-up.
Oh, it's like,
and if you're close to me, you can hear it. Your kids won't even know about dial-up, will they?
My dad, when he was very young, and he doesn't, he doesn't have technically memory things, but my sister and I think his brain just, actually, his job is to, oh gosh, I'm so like a singer who doesn't understand this. So I'm like trying to, but he literally like writes the algorithms for MRIs and CAT scanners and makes them better and clearer and makes the images better and finds ways to improve things. And I don't get it, but I think my son is starting to, because he does crazy math that I don't understand. But anyway, my sister and I used to call them, do you remember Rolodexes, like physical little things where you had the little tabs and you had people's notes on it before contacts. He like, our thing was he would always try to come up with the person. He's like, the person from the da-da-da, and we would call him Rusty Rolodex Roller. And that's not nice of us, but that's kids for you.
He's got a big brain.
Yes. Oh, Matt's calling me. Matt, I'm doing a live. I don't remember. He's trying to keep track of me, but now we're not in the same house or city together right now.
My brother lives in Houston.
What?
My brother lives in Houston.
Oh my gosh! Wait, maybe I knew that.
Outside of Houston, now they moved. Tomball.
So have you been there several times or no?
Houston, I have, and the new house, 5-car garage.
Oh my! I want to live there too. I know nobody wants to live with anyone now, but man, that sounds nice.
Yeah, it is.
Does he have like a real job? What I call a real job, where people make consistent, nice money.
He was a federal agent.
Oh.
Now he teaches college, so he's got a couple incomes.
Federal agent thing gets you a 5-car garage, apparently.
In Texas, won't get you that out here.
Right. No, I have to admit that Matt was like, no, Mom, Dad, you can come out to us. And like, anyway, if they came out here, they could, fit in something. And she'd be like, and she was like, no, I need my antiques. I need an actual house. And when he went down there, he's like, Mom, Dad, this house is actually like, it's not your huge Michigan house, but it's pretty huge because to get there was pretty amazing. So we're going to have to, sell some screenplays and become millionaires before we get them out here. But we will someday.
Exactly.
Out here.
There's no doubt in my mind.
Indeed. Oh, that's sweet. Yeah, so I'm thinking, yes, hopefully. I don't know. Matt always says my 5-year plan is they're all coming out here. All of his brothers. Now I'm telling them all, but they're all coming out. He's like,
They
yeah.
all came to church once. There's a bunch of them.
Oh yeah, like Zoom church or literal, like no,
Literal
really,
church.
church.
Like
Yeah,
a year or two ago.
at least 2 of his brothers came, I think, and he has 4. There are 4 of them all together. Isn't she amazing? Wait, how many kids in your family? How many siblings?
2 brothers, so there's 3 of us all together.
Yeah. So your mom's a champ too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just all those people. I mean, I'm a champ too for 3 kids, but I remember, 4 boys, their stories where she was just like, go outside and stay outside for 2 hours.
Well, girlfriends that I were dating would ask my mom, how do you know so much about football? And she said, I had to learn if I wanted to get in the conversation.
Yes, it's true. I know. For Matt's mom with us, it's always like movies. She's like, okay,
Oh,
so
okay.
yeah. But she knows a lot about a lot of things. Yeah, the brother who lives in Houston is the youngest brother, and he has a real job. I mean, the others have jobs too, but they've been often more creatives and writers, and is
Yeah.
an actor too, and a writer. And so he works at Exxon. And so we're like, dude, you have like a salary and stuff. So
Benefits too.
I know, kind of crazy. To us, we're always like, that's weird. Nice, weird. Nice, weird. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, let's see. Maybe tell me one more like fun on the road story, maybe. Like, do you have another, like, was there anything like that, I don't know, was particularly fun, or maybe something that went wrong and there was fun mishaps and hilarity ensued?
Oh, it's tough to top the Brad Garrett traveling.
Yeah.
Shh, don't tell anybody. We were on a private plane.
That is so cool.
Shh. That was many years ago.
Oh my
He
God.
said, don't get used to this. But it was fun.
Too bad. I'm getting used to this. Oh, so he was a really good guy.
He was a great guy.
I mean, again,
he found out I like mushrooms,
Yeah.
breaded mushrooms so I would come down to the table because we always had dinner before the show. And he'd already have the mushrooms ordered. I already got your mushrooms ready.
So sweet. That's a nice life you had going on there. That's nice.
Yeah, I tasted the other side. It was fun.
I was gonna say, just first of all, just to me, the dinner, down to dinner and like not being responsible for any of it, because like I'm so not domestic. And so, I mean, that's one of my, when I did some stand-up comedy, one of my most truthful jokes was, like parenting is hard, which is why I think I should move my entire family into assisted living. Amazing with like the sports equipment and like the nice recreation activities. And then for me, it's the dining hall. Everyone gathers in a dining hall and then they bring you the food. It sounds so good. And then they would bring my kids the food, which I know they wouldn't let me and freely living, but I can dream. I know. I'm always the one. I'm ridiculous. I understand that when somebody is like, I have my own house, I'm sure that is better. But to me, I'm like, I turned 40. I'm like, is that good enough? Can I live in assisted living now? And I like the idea. I think it's sort of like grown-up dorm life that I sort of miss. I sort of do like communal.
You just reminded me of something.
Yeah.
These communities, especially out by the desert, they're not assisted living, but it's communities for older folks.
Oh yeah. See, that sounds good to me.
So we're walking back to the car, the other comedian and I, because we did a show for him. It was a Sunday afternoon, and I'm not making this up. 2 younger old ladies. It came out to met us in a golf cart. Me, where are you boys going? And they go, we're going home. You could hang around here if you wanted. It's pretty. It's an active seniors club.
Oh my! And you were like,
we mean very
active.
Matter of fact, I swear, she goes, we've known to jump between bungalows.
Whoa.
I just said, I'm not ready for this, thanks. But I had to say, that's pretty spicy for 70, 80, you know what I mean?
I gotta give her props and think that's awesome.
It is awesome. It was fun.
She was like,
I went home. I didn't mean it was fun.
Yeah, right. But it was fun. This interaction,
exactly
interaction. But
especially when you're looking on this side of that age, you go, oh, that's what I want to be like.
Yes. right? You're like, hey, you want something? Ask for it. I mean, yeah, like you can't, not gonna have anything to lose, right? Only
No, correct.
something weird to gain. Yeah, that's fun. That's hilarious. Oh my gosh, yeah. But I know it's my weird dream that I'm like, oh man, when can we live with the people bringing us the food in the dining hall?
I didn't know you did stand-up.
You didn't? That's so crazy. I know. I think of myself more as a singer, and but when we first moved here, I took some classes at Flappers, and then I did some, like mostly at Flappers, like one time at the Comedy Store, and also maybe one time at the Improv, but that was kind of like the sort of end of another class. And yeah, I know I did.
Did you enjoy it?
I'll have to send you one of my little Flappers sets. That was fun.
Did you enjoy it?
I did enjoy it. But actually, now here's something interesting that you may be able to sort of answer for me. I was somebody who, like, I just felt like it was kind of weirdly lonely, even though it's like when you're actually on stage, there's this awesome communal thing where you're like really connecting with people. But for me, I was doing like 3 5-minute sets. I wasn't exactly like, the big thing in the room who got to, so it would be like, I'd spend all this time and nervously be looking at my cards. And then for 5 minutes, I'd have maybe an awesome moment. And then I felt like I went back to my little table and went home. And I was like, I don't think this is good for me. And then I tried to do improv, which I'm okay at, but I didn't love that either, because I kept being like, okay, you like to be funny, but with more people. So I started doing more improv. And
you like the team.
Yeah, but I do like the team. So now that Matt and I have been writing stuff, the dream would be probably, I mean, talk about Everybody Loves Raymond. The dream would be like a writer's room of just awesome people,
Yeah, no kidding.
Like, I know, I'm sure, like for any, I'm sure that's a dream for not everyone, but many. And I honestly, I think that's the thing. So I do really love writing with Matt. He's good. He's actually better suited. He can just go hours and hours and just compartmentalize and totally be disciplined and just write. And then he comes out and he's like, let's play, let's do something. And
nice.
I'm all like, So anyway, I didn't do that well with it. And I just knew with 3 kids that I also wasn't going to like try to like get more things and longer gigs and go on the road. I was like, So I was like, I think it's 5 minutes at Flappers every once in a while for me. And I think that's what I did. But I think the good thing it did is kind of force me to have deadlines for writing stuff and have something to work towards, instead of just being like, oh, well, maybe I'll write something. But if there's nothing I have to do, I don't tend to do it. Yeah. You
have to get up a lot.
Sometimes when you're writing jokes,
was it what?
Was it lonely for you sometimes, just kind of writing them, or do you like?
I did better writing on stage. Especially when I was working, especially when I was on the road a lot, like 40 weeks a year, something like that.
Wow.
And doing headline sets of 45 to an hour.
Wow.
So you can work on stuff. You have your made set, and then you can work on stuff where something happens in the audience or something happens that day, and you kind of work it out during the day.
Wow. So
but you're right about being lonely.
Yeah. Because then when you get off that stage, it can be lonely, right?
You have all this love. And then you go back to your room and you're all by yourself.
And you're like, wait, it's such weird temporary love. I do think that's a weird predicament of comedians and performers in general. And and I think it's chicken or the egg here, but I think a lot are kind of depressed going into comedy, which is why you're trying to sort of, write the funny stuff to maybe navigate hard stuff in life. But then also it can wear on you, right, and probably get you feeling kind of lonely and kind of like, so I imagine that sort of depression is on either side of comedy sometimes.
That's where the alcohol and drugs come in.
Right, I bet. I didn't go to that.
Been sober.
Yeah,
1991. I've been sober since 1991.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Was that like a very specific,
alcohol
decision where you like, this is just taking over my world? Or
it was getting scary. I just had to get control of my life, or what I could control. And when I got rid of the alcohol, I got rid of the excuses.
That's very deep.
Ooh, that sounded good, didn't it?
That's wise.
I've never said that before.
Yes, that's good. That's like the name of your book or something, if you want.
Thank you.
No, that's, yeah.
I'll take it.
And people don't really want to get rid of their excuses that often, so that's why they hold on to the other stuff, I bet.
That's why somebody would come up after the show or something, especially a young lady, and go, "Hey, let's have a drink." And you go, "I don't drink." "Why not?" "Well, you're no fun." You go, "No, I'm fun. I just have to take responsibility for it now. I can't go, oh, I was drunk."
Yes, right? You were like, I don't want that anymore. I don't want to be able to say, I don't remember, I was drunk, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But that's depressing sometimes when someone's like, man, that's no fun. You're totally conscious of your choices and making decisions with your life.
Free to be you and me.
I know. So you're probably like, well, yeah, not a big loss then if she was like, haha, I needed you really clueless and not remembering this night. Yeah, well, good for you. Damn, that's some impressive stuff you've done.
Thank you.
Yes. Yeah, I think, I don't know. I think.
May I interject?
What were you going to say?
But being the house MC at the Ice House was perfect for me because I had the family, the Ice House Club as a family, comedy family.
Oh.
Then I'd work the weekends with Brad or George or Arsenio or Richard Jenny. He was brilliant.
Oh.
And then, but I'd come back home to the Ice House. So I had the best of both worlds for a few years, for 10, 15 years.
Wow. That's what probably makes the difference, right? That keeps you going. Because when you have a family, like whenever I've done a musical, whenever I have a cast family or a little show family.
Exactly.
Oh, Christine, I know I told her so last minute. She said she's going to tune in for a moment. So we have to just maybe give her just a couple minutes from Unity. Wait, so here's my question. You said he just like kind of snagged you up from the Ice House, Brad.
Brad?
What did he say? Did he just like, I mean, was it just because you were always kind of like, you were an MC for so long and he just liked the dynamic of having.
Well, I'm likable, so and I didn't work dirty, so anybody could follow me. You know what I mean? It wasn't like I ruined an audience or got him going one direction and he had to pull him back another direction.
Yes.
Matter of fact, Arsenio really enjoyed that.
Really?
Because then he could go up and do whatever he wanted. Goes, hey, Jimmy's not up here anymore. It's me.
So you could either like take in one direction and then they're like, now we're going here, or it's like, hey, we're gonna keep up this family-friendly fare here.
Exactly.
Wait, so is Brad's comedy generally pretty family?
He's like Don Rickles.
Ah.
He goes to the audience and insults people. It was a good time.
Oh, Matt, he's now come to us. And Christine says, hi, guys.
Hi, Christine.
Oh, that's awesome. And Matt's saying, you guys are awesome. Great to hear your stories, Jimmy. It is great to hear your stories. So just seems
Well, it was one of those things because I was used to going on the road and working theaters and stuff with people.
Yeah.
And so Brad was just getting back into stand-up at the end of Everybody Loves Raymond.
Right.
So I actually knew him because we worked at San Diego State many years before that.
Oh.
And so I think we went on the road because he said, how about, I knew I was familiar with how it works and stuff. So
yeah.
Anyway, and he chose me.
I know, that's so awesome.
At least for 2 years. And now he's got another stable of comedians, but
yeah,
he's been a good man. He's very good to me.
That's so awesome. So wait, you sort of knew him pre-Raymond and post-Raymond basically, or?
Pre-Raymond. When he was Star Search. He won the first Star Search. Star
Search, Matt, do you remember Star Search? And Mom, I know we do. I'm always like, guys, we had like an American Idol thing that was it was Star Search, and I wanted to be on Star Search, but for singing. And so, oh my gosh, that's so he won at Star Search.
The first Star Search with Ed McMahon, and he won.
See, he's like the Kelly Clarkson.
Wow, that's cool. Yeah.
I'm a dork. Yeah.
Hey, did you see where people are upset with America's Got Talent because so many singers went to the finals?
What'd you say?
I read online, I don't know how true it is, the audience was upset with America's Got Talent. They said, why don't they just call it America's Got Singers? Because 6 out of the 10 finalists were singers. What happened to variety?
Yeah, variety. That's true. Star Search guaranteed variety, right? Because there were different, like, there were always
categories.
Categories. You had to join in a certain category.
Yeah.
Wait, and we have Gail. Wait. I'm so excited. Wait, so I know. I love this crap. This is so good for me, this live stuff, because
I love your energy.
Kind of ADD, which kind of does mean I'm like, wait, what's happening? But, you know.
Squirrel.
Jugglers are awesome. Yes, now we have this comment too. Yes, indeed they are. But yeah, no, I do like this. My mom says, yes, you loved Star Search. In fact, I remember creating Star Search shows with my stuffed animals. And I think,
wow.
Yeah, I even had, I think I had a friend that I even let in on it. And I was like, so here's what we're going to do. Like when we played, I was probably like bossy. I'm like, these guys are. Yeah.
Here's the difference between you being a singer and a performer and me being a comedian. You, young, were wanting to be in showbiz and sing, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Me, I didn't really think about it till I got married. Nothing was happening at home. So I went out to stages looking for love.
Oh.
There's your depression you talked about.
Yeah.
So you looked for love, no matter how superficial it was. Hello, love me.
Yeah.
I'm in love with this joke.
Oh no, in all the wrong places. Look, oh yeah.
Well, maybe.
Sometimes the right places, but it wasn't always maybe the best choices.
Oh, what's too bad is she married a school teacher and then I became a comedian.
Yeah, I guess false advertising a little bit. But
this is true. She said she wanted somebody more stable, so she started dating musicians. I don't think so. That's like, not an upgrade.
No. So you're like, it's not more stable.
I know.
Yeah, like you need a rock star. Oh man. Well, that was dumb of her.
Thank you.
You know what's happening with her now? I mean,
she's teaching school and getting ready to retire.
Well, so she did want that teacher probably. Or no, but she ended up dating musicians.
Well, briefly.
Yeah.
We won't get into much of her story.
We'll leave it at that. Laughter is hugs. Yes, that's so cool.
Who said that?
This is when. Wait, is this Gail? Gail, are you still in? Wait, am I crazy? Is this the Gail that I did comedy with?
Ooh.
I'm going crazy. I'm not seeing enough of a face, but that would make me so happy. She moved from Burbank to Florida, but then maybe. Anyway, if I'm talking, yes, you, yay, Gail, yay. And are you in Florida? We'll see what she says. Yes. Oh, that's so fun. Oh, Tennessee. Wait, is that right? Is that what you said? Anyway, this was from the beginnings of me doing comedy, Jimmy. Like, we class together at Flappers, and we were just all a bunch of happy little misfits. It was a good time.
Comedy puppies.
I liked that again. I like taking the classes, and then we weren't in class anymore, and we were just like all on our own devices and just writing our own little jokes. So I was like, with the class. So Jimmy is funny, says, oh yes, he is so funny. I'll forward you some more of Jimmy, Gail. Yay. She's funny too. Yeah. That's awesome. Do you do any comedy anymore? We were the cougars of comedy, she's saying, because maybe we were the geezers in there a little bit, but we were cool geezers.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, because I'm sure there were 20-year-olds, so we were like super geezers, but it's all relative.
That's the thing about the Ice House. When people would come in the green room, the young comics, hello, sir. You go, relax.
You're like, sir, really?
I know.
I still have a problem being called Mrs. Toronto, and I'm like, I've been married for 22 years, and I'm still like, it's so weird. I'm like, you might need to get used to that, Jordan, but I don't know. Seems weird.
After 22 years? Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm still just like, I'm Jordan. That's weird. Mm. Jimmy was great in Vegas, Christine says, a little more edgy than we see in church.
Yeah.
Oh,
she
she
came
saw you
to.
in Vegas?
Yeah,
That's
she came to the Brad Garrett Club. Her and Johnny, her husband Johnny.
That is so cool.
It was
Oh,
fun.
comedy. Yay for comedy.
Yay for comedy.
Well, I am so happy to talk to you. And I think we will just, this has been live, but then it'll live on my YouTube channel and on my Facebook page. And people can go back and rewatch it. And then I think we should still give some follow-up footage at some point so people can keep knowing more about Jimmy. So wait, do you still perform some? Are you still?
I haven't performed, just at church.
Yeah, it's pretty fun there.
Because all the clubs are closed.
Yeah, duh, right. Yeah, no one's performing.
And I'm not big into the Zoom comedy.
Yeah.
Some people are Zooming.
But you're like, this isn't going to work for me so much. Yeah.
I'm going to hold on for now.
You need the energy of the audience, probably.
Definitely.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, hold out. It'll come back. It will.
Let's hope.
I hope. I really do hope. Yay for comedy. Clementine came on. Clementine, yay for comedy. Yeah, she's awesome.
That should be the name of a club. Yay for comedy.
Yay for comedy. Yeah, that should be. That's the one we'll open. Amongst a million other things we're trying to do, honey, we'll open a comedy club called Yay for Comedy.
Not right now.
I know. Wait. It'll be, that's our Zoom comedy club, which again may not be that thrilling, but that's all right. Oh, well, thank you so much for coming on.
My pleasure. It was fun. Thank you.
This is so much fun. And I'm so excited that it brought Gail back. I'm so excited that you're here right now. And just my little, I know, I think it's silly that I never told you that I did comedy. So after this, maybe I'll send you my favorite little flappers set and just so you can get a kick out of it.
I'd love to see it. Yay.
Yay for comedy.
Comedy. Yay, comedy. I forgot the other part of it.
I love it. Well, hey, everybody, my Discover Me TV audience, and she says Zoom is comedy without pants. Another good title for
nice.
A comedy club. But if
that should be like
it's a little different. It's yeah.
Remember Carson's Karnak character?
Maybe.
That's where you take the envelope, put it in his head, and go, comedy without pants. Open up Zoom comedy.
That's hilarious. Yes, indeed. That's our comedy now. Comedy without pants. Or tragedy without pants at any given moment, right? Everything without pants, though. No pants required for anything. Oh, my gosh. Well, let me say again to anyone who's tuned in live, I so appreciate you, and I thank you for watching Discover Me TV, virtual and live, with Jimmy Burns.
Thank you so much.
It's been so much fun, and maybe we'll do it again, and maybe in who knows how many months, we'll sit next to each other, and we'll do like a live follow-up. That would be so amazing to look forward to.
I'd love that. That'd be fun.
So yeah, but for now we'll take this being in the little boxes next to each other, and I so appreciate you talking to me. How sweet of you. Yes.
I'm looking at you. You're over here.
Oh my gosh, I just actually pointed to you. I always go the wrong way first, but to me you're
here.
Yeah. Oh, look at us. This is like Zoom preschool. We're pointing to each other and we figured it out.
Which way do we go? Yeah, okay.
Embarrassing.
I'd love that.
Yeah, so we figured that out by 53 minutes in. We know where it's
53 minutes.
I know. I'm chatty.
That's okay. You said get ready for 15 to 20 or something like that. I thought.
I did. I'm the worst. I hope I didn't, I'm sure you had.
No, this is fun.
I had lunch plans, out on the town, I'm sure, right? Please. I'm sure hopefully you were going to be home, so you might as well just keep talking to Jordan in a couple squares. Oh, but thanks so much. I really, really enjoyed talking.
My pleasure. Thank you.
About your life and your comedy. Yay for comedy and yay for Jimmy Burns. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Jordan. Thank you.
All right. We're going to sign up for now. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, come see my other interviews on Discover Me TV and subscribe, please. I'm trying to get to 200. That would make me so happy. Anyway, I'm growing slowly but surely. So anyway, I appreciate all the little love and support. So bye, everybody. Bye, Jimmy.
Bye. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
So long.
Leave
Farewell.
studio.